Perfect. So this is week 4 for Campus Life. Just wanna go and recap on the things that we have done for week 3. We're on Bob module 4, so we've done personality. We're gonna do resources next. I know you guys haven't been tracking your timesheets or reflections, so please do that once you get the chance to do it. And just start with your LinkedIn outreach as well. Has anyone done any LinkedIn outreach in the past 1 week since we've all spoken? Or did you
Uh,
like,
yeah, sorry. I did a little bit. I did like 10 to 15, I think. I got back from like 3, 4 people.
oh, that's good. And are you
Yeah,
tracking who you're
yeah,
connecting?
yeah, I put it up in the Excel sheet. Yeah.
So that's good if you've gotten like 3, 4 people um replying to you, right?
Yep.
Perfect. That sounds good. And then a little bit of retrospective, which Karti, I know you just did, but if anyone wants to talk about what went well, what did you struggle with, or anything that you're looking forward to this week, would be great if anyone wants to. Hello, anyone? Nothing, no one wants to give any note on that. Should I like call out one by one? Marissa, you go ahead if you
Uh,
have anything.
I don't have much, but I mainly struggled with trying to understand content last week, so it's taking me a little bit longer to do the LinkedIn outreach. But uh, yeah, I have been doing slowly trying to understand the whole content. I'm still understanding it till today. Hopefully I'll get it.
Yeah, I know. I think what Andrew covered last week was a bit was a lot of content, and we'll keep doing that again and again even in future, because when we do this with Campus Life, we'll also do it with Bob program participants, so it will keep coming up again and again, and then once you get paired with a client, it just makes sense. Right now I know it's a lot of information in these sessions, so it's always good to just have a clear mind, watch the recording again, see what the content is about, and it just starts making more sense once you get used to, the I think the keywords that we have here, which is like sales, warm content, and stuff like that. So I think with time it just makes sense. Perfect. Does anyone want to go ahead with anything from last week? Did they understand what Andrew was speaking about? Is there any confusion, anything that they want to ask? Just let me know, otherwise we'll move ahead. Um, Perfect. Anyway, so for week 4, the objectives is, understanding again the e-traction funnel that Andrew went through last week. But this is more when it comes to content, like how can you produce content that can go on your social media channels. Um, just reinforcing from last time what e-traction funnel is. It is a funnel that we use for Social Star, where we have cold, warm, and hot. Cold phase is what we covered last time with LinkedIn outreach. It also includes like paid ad stuff, which is where you're targeting a lot of cold audience. And then we go on to the warm phase, which is the engagement phase, where they, kind of interact with your content, they read about you, they understand what you do, they reply to you. And this is what we're, covering in the next, like in this week, is how we kind of do content for our clients at Social Star, but how you should also use content as a tool for yourself as a personal brand as well. And this is a system we use at Social Star, and we've named it. It's called Expert Marketing System. And it has essentially 4 pillars. So basically, think of them as like your content pillars. For example, I feel very comfortable maybe talking about, a CRM system. I feel like that's my main, goal, and I want to have a career in CRM. So I make sure that those are the kind of content I'm putting out. It could be um me being, someone who's more interested in social media management. That becomes my content pillar as well. So it's just that once you have a consistent brand routine, it makes it easier for people to recognize what you do. And just, for example, they want to hire someone who's in the CRM system, they want to talk to someone about a CRM system, they should think of you. So make sure that your brand is aligned with what you do, and we can, build these pillars based on what we want to achieve with these, content pieces that we're going to put out on LinkedIn. We focus on these four content pieces. This is what we do for our clients as well. And it's essentially four posts, which includes a personal blog, an internal update or internal post, a business blog, and an industry update and an external post. And this is essentially what is the expert marketing system. And by this, we want, our clients to achieve their marketing goals, which is getting qualified leads, getting sales, booking calls with them. A little bit about personal blog. So it's basically um, this throws light on what you do as a foundation. So it talks about your experience, your story, your career milestones, and everything. This is the personal blog. And then for internal update, this post is just engaging with client. It could be like, like an internal team update, internal anything, like it's just a small post, which is essentially, like just an update with what's happening. It could be uh, anything, and it just builds a very human connection to your brand. And you see like a lot of short form content going out on LinkedIn, which is a photo and a caption that just tells you, what you have been struggling with, what you have achieved. And then we have the business blog, where it's around your products, it's around your clients, it's around the industry that we're in, and just trying to provide solutions to what you are, like just trying to provide solutions to people who would want to listen, right? And then we have an industry update, and I think these are the most I think viral post that can be it. It talks about, any challenges the market has been facing, anything new that's coming around. And especially in marketing, people love to talk about AI. So anything that's new in the AI market, anything that TikTok has new going on. So I think this is how we, position the industry update and just a highlight on the industry. And these four pillars are like the main point for us when we do marketing for our clients as well. Does that make sense? Yep. Now the point is, because now this is based on what, we do for our clients. The next question is, how do we apply it for ourselves, Um, I'll just go on to the next slide. So for example, a personal blog, this pillar can be about your journey and perspective. Um, as a marketing intern, you're obviously not expected to talk like an expert yet, but you're also expected to share your learnings, what's happening with the program, what challenges everyone's facing, and what you like, how you can, position your growth. And it doesn't have to be very campus life related, but even just as small as, uh, I started studying as a science student, and then marketing was something that I found on the way. So it's even these little personal blog that I think people should obviously do once they start posting, is like give a background on what they've done, what they've studied, what they're learning, what they wish to achieve, just so that people can connect to you more. And then for your internal update, it could be, Anything on the training sessions, anything that a client talked about which struck with you, anything that Andrew has, talked about, or anything that you've learned in the campus life trainings. And it doesn't have to be very specific to campus life. It could be like, a course you're doing, bachelor's of, whatever you're doing currently in university. It could be about that. So it's just keeping that connection alive, like you're still, upskilling in your field. You're out there, you're putting yourself out there more. And then the business blog is when you start focusing on solving problems. So explain what you have done and why it matters, right? So how content, like for example, you put a content piece out, how well did it perform, why did it perform well, and if it didn't, why not, right? So it's like basically building a personal brand, and you are the business which you're promoting. No worries. um and then a little bit of industry update. I think, like I said, these are the most viral posts that can be there as well. So anything that's happening in the marketing industry, like for example, um if profit margins are decreasing, what's the conversion strategy? I think right now I can think of, there are trial reels on Instagram. What are your thoughts on that? Have you tried doing that? If you did, what were the conversion rates or anything that you found exciting on? And I think marketing is a very, very big industry. There's always something new happening, especially with AI in the B2B industry, D2C industry. So there's a lot that you guys can talk about when it comes to the industry update. Um, and then, and this is exactly what we also follow with our clients as well. Sometimes it's hard to like do it weekly. We do like monthly chunks. And for example, like I said, the personal blog could be, why am I into marketing? And then an insight post could be campus life intern, like I started interning with campus life, or anything that's going on. And then for business blog, it could be like, how has your personal branding improved? And then an outside post with anything that's related to personal branding or marketing. Um, and this is just an example to give you guys like how we put it into pieces, like big chunks. Because with LinkedIn, it's not like Instagram where we have to post daily, or like alternatively, LinkedIn usually asks for like once a week post, and a lot of it goes into articles as well. So the personal blog and the business blog is how you publish articles. It's a long form content that we do. So this is an example of, how we kind of do it monthly. And then, like, for example, in the fourth month, it's like, if you're working on a tool, like just a reflection on it. What have you completed in the past 1 month? How has your skill improved? Any updates on the topic that you have been studying about? Uh, was that all good? Does that make sense? Perfect. So I think the next step is that we just don't post for the sake of posting. We will, like, we want you to have like your direction and define what you want to like talk about. What you want to attract. You want to attract employers, you want to attract founders, fellow marketers. And then what do you want out of this program? Like, it should be clear as well. And what skills do I want to be known for in the next 6 months? And like I said, CRM is something that I want to,
Sorry,
build. Sorry.
you mean she just left?
Sorry, I did not hear. Was she talking to me? Anyway, so like I said, for example, like I want to be more into paid media and CRM system. Right now, my profile talks a lot about personal branding, marketing strategy, and Bob. but now my next 6 month content should be about me talking about the paid media CRM system. And if you are connected with me, you will see that kind of positioning will change. And like I said, I want to build a career in CRM, so I want to attract people who are in that industry or who are hiring people in the CRM skill set. So I want to do that, and I will create a content plan for myself to position it that way. So it's all about, like, you have to define the kind of direction you want to be known in. It could be about websites, could be about paid media, could be about social media management, could be about, like, just strategizing and being like an all-rounder marketing coordinator. So it depends on what you want as a goal. um so yeah, I think the next step is that just plan one piece of content from like each pillar, and then use the content plan as a reference. So I'll send this to you as well. Wait, I'll just get to that. And I'll send you the previous slide, like the content plan to you guys this week. So you can take a look at it and just use that as an inspiration as well. But yeah, like, even if you go on like Campus Life pages, it will have a lot of like blogs, it will have internal post, external post. So you can see how it works in real life as well. Um, Stop presenting so I can see the chat. Could we post about things? So it's a bit outdated. 100%. I think, like I said, Kaylee, for example, you want to talk about things that you did last year, definitely do that. Um, when I started posting on LinkedIn, trying to find a job when I moved to Australia, the first thing I did was talk about the things that I've done in the past 6 years in marketing, highlight that, and then slowly people resonate more. Like, once I keep coming on their feed, they'll know that this is what I've done, and then change my position slightly to what I want to, achieve in the next 6 months. How does that all sound? I hate the fact that I can't see anyone today except Karti. Everyone's not on camera today. Perfect. Is there any question? Because I know this was a short session, but last week's session was a big one. So if anyone has any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I think we've covered up everything. Nothing? No questions? No worries, no worries. That's all fine. If there are no questions, just make sure that you've done your reflections, and I'll send you the content sheet so that you can use that as an example, and then you can start planning that as well. Sounds good. Perfect. This was a short one. I wasn't expecting it to be shorter, but I will see you guys tomorrow then. Bye-bye.
You.
See you.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.